Aloha, welcome. My name is Taylor Norris and I'm the creator of Flower of Healing Reiki, unifying holistic health and spiritual awakening. In today's video, I'm going to share with you about the holistic meaning of a sore tongue. Now, this may seem a little random, but in any kind of healing process, seemingly random things are sure to come up, and it's good to understand the meaning from a holistic perspective, as well as to have solutions as to how to correct the imbalance that's coming up, heal it, let it go, and empower a new way moving forward. So I'll also be sharing with you 3 raw food Ayurveda and Reiki tips you can use to heal your sore tongue if that happens to you. So, investigating this sore tongue, I know by now with my body, it is in such a nice place of health and balance that when things come up, I need to know and look at the deeper meanings. Of course, what is it really meaning on a physical level is important, but what do I need to learn from this healing crisis that's coming up, this imbalance that's coming into my awareness? So typically in the past, I would look online. What is the emotional meaning of XYZ issue? What is the spiritual significance of XYZ issue? And also allow my own intuition to give forth its information as to why this particular challenge is arising right now for me in my life, and what do I need to heal, as well as the physical solutions. So with the sore tongue, I was looking online, wasn't finding a whole lot that was really resonating. So I really had to go into my intuition on this one and use the Reiki energy in particular to help me, as well as my knowledge and background training and experience with raw food, natural hygiene, as well as Ayurveda. In understanding a sore tongue that is not being caused by any type of sexually transmitted issue, as I personally practice celibacy, the deeper meanings that were coming through is the awareness that I've been speaking my truth a whole lot more. I've been asserting myself with boundaries in relationships. I've been asserting myself and expressing my truth, my voice, my perspective that is very different than the reality and the perspective that most other people are living in. What is coming through with the sore tongue is that the presence really of my body, my throat chakra, this whole area from years and years, and maybe even lifetimes of needing to suppress my voice, needing to suppress my boundaries, feeling like I couldn't speak my truth, I couldn't assert my needs, that this toxic guilt was coming up and out and through my tongue. And I'm so grateful for my body for actually participating in this process. My job as the human, the consciousness present in this body, is to support the body the best I can in this healing process. So something like toxic guilt is not simply going to be cured by making dietary adjustments, okay? Sure, certain physical things are going to need to change, but for me, I know that I had to address this deeper issue as well. And one of the fundamental ways to do this is to keep expressing my truth, keep expressing my needs, asserting my boundaries with compassion, with love, with respect, with kindness. And it's also to use Reiki energy, ask Reiki to specifically release any toxic guilt that's coming up from making this significant change in sharing my voice and sharing my truth and sharing my reality, my perspective, expressing my needs, and asserting my boundaries. And it really is that simple to have that intention, release my toxic guilt, heal and release my toxic guilt, and support me in continuing to express my truth, my needs, my perspectives, my boundaries, going forward from an embodied place of integrity and strength and love and kindness and compassion. So Reiki works in that way. I've used self-Reiki for doing this. I've used sessions with others for doing this. And I've infused Reiki into all of the physical healing things that I will share with you now. What I started doing is, of course, examining my diet more closely and noticing what was triggering the source, because it would come, it would go. I would cut something out, it would go away, and then I would put it back in and it would come back. So dietary adjustments, I eat a low but adequate fat, raw, vegan, Ayurveda informed diet. So the things that were triggering me specifically were any kind of citrus, lemons, limes, oranges, etc. Those all had to go. And hot spices, chili peppers, jalapeno peppers, anything fiery had to go, as well as seaweed. I was using like dulse, wakame, kombu. Those were not agreeing. They were really making the area raw. And I additionally found that I really needed to focus on lowering the pitta and increasing, my cooling energy. So I made certain adjustments, making sure I was doing smoothies. I've been doing smoothies for lunch, and the only kind of like in a smoothie bowl having like a soft chew component like sliced banana or sliced papaya instead of cacao nibs or something hard that would get kind of stuck back in there and irritate it. And I also switched from eating a big bowl of salad to doing a raw soup, which is blended, and then having some things I was chewing, like lettuce on the side, cucumber, and all of my homegrown sprouts in it as well. But having a lot that was just, really nourishing and already blended for me. I was even considering if I need to cut out nightshades as well, the tomatoes and bell peppers. And I actually, this last time in doing my grocery shopping, I didn't buy any of that, so I'm going to experiment with that going forward as well, and just do a lot of like cucumber and celery based raw soups for dinner and see if that makes a difference. But I'm someone who typically has lemon water every morning, and I have not been doing that. What I've been doing instead is this amazing Ayurvedic tea, which was one of the very first Ayurvedic remedies I ever tried, I ever learned about in 2011 when I was just getting started on my health and my plant-based journey, my plant-based health journey. So I was on a health journey before then, but it was very confused. The tea is very simple to make, and it may sound strange, but I love how it tastes. What it is, I've got all the seeds right here. It's whole cumin seeds, whole fennel seeds, and whole coriander seeds. And roughly equal parts, I just mixed them up in this jar, and then I put 1 tablespoon of those for a 40-ounce hydro flask, okay? You can adjust the amount of seeds to suit your needs. You could probably use less, but this is what I do. And just 1 tablespoon of seeds in the hydro flask. I boil about 1 liter of water, and I will pour it into the hydro flask, put the lid on, and then let that sit and steep for at least 10 minutes. Strain out the seeds and drink it. And I intend for Reiki to be in it. I intend specifically for Flower of Healing Reiki energy to be in it. And I've been intending for Reiki to really be in my mouth, in my tongue, in my throat chakra. And this is the next level of, this is already going to work, but including Reiki as well helps again with the toxic guilt, the underlying emotional, spiritual, mental, chakra, energy center, more etheric level healing that is needed to address the whole issue, the whole what's really happening, not just part, all of it. So I'm doing that tea every morning in place of my lemon water, and I'm also making a mouthwash. Very simple. You take 1 cup of pure, clean, filtered water and 10 drops of tea tree oil. Throughout the day, I will swish. You know, you could do it morning and night, but I do it kind of a few times throughout the day. It's good to, like, after you eat, swish the mouth out with just regular water, and then I'm doing the mouthwash, and I'll kind of do it almost like an oil pulling, where, you know, it's not just like, okay, 10 seconds and spit. It's like, I'll hold it in my mouth for a couple minutes, you know, go do other things, just swish it around. And it feels like it's really helping. And of course, intending for Reiki, the flower of healing energy, to be in there for me, any Reiki symbols you may be attuned to, energies you may be attuned to, and that gives it that extra energetic boost. There's one more kind of structural issue that is coming up too, that might be, if you're having tongue sores as well, it could be related to this as well. So I have a crown in my mouth. It's the back tooth back here, and it's right where the tongue sore is happening. I can see that the tongue is meeting that crown and is not happy. You know, every time I chew or even I speak, it can hurt to speak. Right now it's not hurting because it's healed enough. But there, you know, when it was really acute, I didn't really want to talk at all. I suspect the irritation having to do with the crown is twofold. First off, the crown is not my normal tooth, so it's not natural tooth enamel. It's, you know, ceramic or whatever it's made out of, amalgam. I'm not entirely sure. A holistic dentist did it for me, and he did a great job, but still, it's not, there's no way to replace my tooth. There's only that one. And so it's a foreign material essentially in my mouth, and my mouth is like, my tongue's like, I'm not so sure about this. And it's been in for, you know, like couple 3 years now, but still, it can be, if you have something that's not of your body, that's present in your body at any time can decide it's not a good fit. So there's that part, and there's also the piece of the crown is, of course, larger than what the tooth underneath was, because the tooth underneath was broken, was dying, was having trouble, and it was smaller. It was not as large as this crown is. So I'm aware that is contributing to the issue. And if the tongue is swollen at all from anything, that it's going to tend to get a sore there because that crown is larger there. The main thing is I'm being open to results. I'm being open to experiencing a complete, total healing right now, and I'm also open to, if I need to address it further in the future, I'm showing up 100% for my body. You know, in this life, I'm in a human body, I have a human consciousness, and I intend to show up 100% for my body, because this is my interface with the earth, with the world, with life right here. And I love it, and I respect my body, and I am so very grateful for everything my body does for me, allowing me this experience as a human being. I hope this helps. I hope if you're having a tongue issue that this was insightful for you. If you are having a health challenge and you need some deeper healing, perhaps it's not completely resolving with whatever you're trying, Reiki may help you. Flower of Healing Reiki in particular may be a good fit for you, and I encourage you, go to my website, taylornorrisreiki.com, and we can do a Flower of Healing Reiki session together. Reiki is extremely versatile, and I'm discovering more with this energy that it's wanting to unify holistic health and spiritual awakening, and it's wanting to really bridge this entire area so that people can experience healing in a total, complete, multidimensional, attending to all aspects of what's really going on and healing it for good, so these issues can, go into the light and no longer be there. I believe that authentic health and authentic well-being are a part of pure human nature, and I intend for myself and everyone else to hold this frequency of a healthy human society, a healthy human culture on earth where holistic health and well-being is the absolute norm. Consider Fire of Healing Reiki if this sounds like something you're needing in your life right now to support your healing and your empowerment. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Aho, amen, namaste, and so it is. Mahalo.